better speaking. We learn by doing. Thank you. As the meeting is about to start, let me remind myself and you of some ground rules. Let's keep mobile phone on silent mode. Please only active the microphone when it's your turn to speak and turn it off after your speech. During our speeches, let us avoid talking about politics, religion, sex, or any other irrelevant topics and offensive languages. Use the chat box and share suitable emojis for encouraging each other. Keep an open mind, be kind, and enjoy this show as an expedite, memorable experience. With that note, I would like to call upon our presiding officer to take over the lecture. And for that, we have an eminent personality, the president of TAJ, Toastmaster Club, Toastmaster Mahesh Pillai. Fellow Toastmaster and guests, let's give him a loud round of applause.
Thank you, Sergeant Tom, for that introduction. My dear Toastmasters and guests, a very warm good evening. I welcome you all to the 47th meeting of this program year 2020-2021. I'd like to appreciate all our members to continue our meetings without any cancellation. It shows our commitment and our leadership abilities to improve ourselves. And last week, we had two achievements. We had two path completions. One from DCM Sridhar, he has completed his dynamic leadership path. And I have completed also my dynamic leadership path, my fourth path in pathways. So congratulations all. And dear Toastmasters, if you don't take up the educational projects, you will not succeed or you will not get the benefit of Toastmasters. Some of you have done a few projects and they're hesitant to complete the other projects. I'm sure many of you might be thinking what I will speak, how I'll prepare my speeches. That's why we have mentors. We have the ExCom, we have the Vice President Education. Please don't hesitate to contact your mentor or Vice President Education or any of the ExCom members. And we are there to support you, guide you, so that we can achieve or we can all together reap the benefits of Toastmasters. That's the reason why we have joined Toastmasters. And so please contact your Vice President Education today and continue your path, or those who are not started, please start as soon as possible. Without much delay, I would like to congratulate the last week winners. Last week, the best speaker, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, best evaluator, Toastmaster Jijo Koshi, best meeting leader, Toastmaster Mohammad Shakir, and best of Big Three, Toastmaster Sunil Idikula. Congratulations, all winners. And dear Toastmasters and guests, let's give them a big round of applause. Before we start, I'd like to invite our guests to introduce themselves. I'd like to invite Toastmaster Lama. Appreciate if you can unmute your microphone and introduce yourself.
Thank you. So I am Lama Rashid. I am a software engineer and a researcher at King Abdulaziz City for Science and Technology. We're actually trying to build a new club there. So with help of Sunny, he actually invited me today to attend your meeting to understand the workflow. So thank you, Sunny, and thank you all.
Thank you so much, and welcome to TAJ Toastmasters. And we meet on every Monday at 7:15. You're welcome to attend any of our sessions. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Now I'd like to welcome another guest, Toastmaster Sarah. Toastmaster Sarah, appreciate if you can unmute your microphone and please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I am Sarah bint Reiki. I'm a researcher in Access Center at CAXT. And as Lema said before, we try to establish a Toastmaster at CAXT. And thank you for Mr. Sonny to invite us to see how this session goes. Thank you all.
Thank you so much for joining, ma'am. And as I said, we are meeting on every Monday. Please feel free to join us. And thank you for joining. And thank you, Toastmaster Sunny, our area director, for inviting this guest. Thank you so much. Now, without any delay, we'll continue our education session. Before that, let's learn a new word today. To introduce the new word, we had a great Toastmaster, our humorous speech champion, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. I'd like to welcome Toastmaster Maya Krishnan to introduce the new word.
Thank you, Presiding Officer, fellow Toastmasters and guest gavels, a warm good evening to all. For today's meeting, the word is expedite. It means make an action or process which make things happen sooner or be accomplished more quickly. Example of using this word is, he promised to expedite economic reforms. And another example, you may pay an extra fees to expedite the shipping process. Each speaker is encouraged to use of the word of the day, and I shall report on its usage when called upon by the general level. Over to the presiding officer.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. Now we'll proceed with the education session. To conduct the education session, we have a great Toastmaster who is working as an associate consultant in oral surgery at King South University Medical City. We have been a Toastmaster since December 2017. We joined same day in TAJ Toastmasters. He's a winner of club, area, and division speech contest. Currently, the Vice President Education, the man behind all the agendas and setting up the meetings. And his hobbies and interests include reading about current world events, music, visiting new places, and taking long road trips. His aim behind joining Toastmasters is to become a confident orator and a responsible leader. Let me welcome our responsible leader, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, as the Toastmaster of the day. Toastmaster Dr. Sundar, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Mr. President, for that generous introduction. I am indeed humbled. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, and all my dear friends, a warm good evening to you all. I know that the weather outside is indeed warm, but why do we say a warm good evening, or a warm good morning, or a warm good afternoon? Well, we indeed want to reflect the warmth that we have in ourselves to the other person. You might have all heard that the touch, the warm hands, when you shake hands or meet someone, this is the warmth of kindness that we all want to share. And that's the idea behind wishing you all a warm good day, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whatever may be. So you might all be wondering, what is this theme, the power of now? Does time have any power? Well, if you have had searched through Google, you might have come across a book title, The Power of Now, A Spiritual Enlightenment by Eckhart Tolle. Tell you frankly, I never knew that there was a book like this. Simply, I just thought, I've heard about being in the now, the power of the present. So I was just thinking, like, let me coin some phrase, and I came up with the idea, the power of now. Well, My intention of doing so, let me put on this disclaimer before I start anything, is that I want to emphasize to you all how important being in the present, living the moment, and enjoying what we are, where we are now, to the most possible aspect. I have a famous quotation from the comic movie Kung Fu Panda. Yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That's why it's called present. So enjoy the gift, live in the moment, no matter what has happened in the past, no matter what lies in store for you in the future. Enjoy the present and live in the present. Don't you all agree? For the last year or more than a year, we have all been ravished by the pandemic. But let us just take the example of where we are now, the forum where we are right now. Being in Toastmasters is indeed a stress breaker. So we are living the moment and enjoying the moment, forgetting whatever hassles that have happened in the past. And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. What's the status of the pandemic that's going to happen after 6 months? We never know. Be it professional, personal, or be it something that relates to your passion or hobby. Always living in the moment, enjoying the moment, and focusing on the now makes you enjoy it, live stress-free, and probably takes you further and further. I hope you all agree with me. If there is any disagreement, probably we could have a discussion towards the end of the meeting. Without further ado, let me just move on to the basics of a meeting. We have two wonderful guests with us here who have come with an interesting idea of starting a new club in their institution. For their benefit, a usual Toastmasters meeting has an educational session that's laid out into 3 parts. The first part is the prepared speech session, where we all have members who are rehearsing and delivering their prepared speech projects. The second one is the table topic session, which is all about impromptu speaking skills. And the third and most important thing, which also focuses on the now, is giving you the feedback. So that's the best part about being a Toastmaster. We focus on being in the now. You deliver your speech, take your feedback immediately. So we focus on the present. So that's the third session. And to get this session going in tandem, in coherence, we have an excellent set of meeting leaders who are going to help me. I'm going to be a main anchor, the Toastmaster of the day, and I have my set of pillars, the meeting leaders who are going to be introduced right now. So for the first meeting leader of the day is our counter. Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal Qasim will be our counter. Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal, could you please introduce your role?
Good evening, Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests. The purpose of our counter is to note words and sounds that are used as a crutch or pass filters by anyone who speaks. During the meeting, I will listen to the overused words including and, well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds including and er. I will also note when a speaker repeats a word or a phrase such as I, or this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Iqbal. For our next meeting leader of the day, he was already introduced, but he is going to tell us what his role is. It is our word master, Toastmaster Maya Krishnan. Could you please explain your role as the word master? Toastmaster Maya Krishnan.
Seems like he's having some technical problems.
Okay, fine. Let us now move on to the third meeting leader. Basically, the word master who introduced the word to you would be monitoring how many times that word was used in your prepared speech, impromptu speech, or evaluation speech, or whatever speech that you do on the lectern or on the screen today. So that's his role. So this is an idea to encourage you to improve your vocabulary and also to learn new words and also to use them in the right sense. So for the third meeting leader of the day, we have yet another enthusiastic Toastmaster who is taking up the role of the grammarian. So the grammarian today is our Toastmaster Jabir Ali. Toastmaster Jabir, could you please introduce your role as the grammarian?
Yeah. Toastmaster of the day, fellow Toastmaster and guests, good evening once again. As grammarian, it's my responsibility to pay close attention to all speakers, listening carefully to their language usage. I will take note of any improper language as well as any outstanding words, quotes, sayings, or thoughts. I will give the grammarian report when called upon by the general evaluator. Thank you, and back to Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. I would kindly appreciate if you could turn your virtual background off because it still shows us the timer, because next I'm going to introduce the timer for today. So our timer for today is a very young Toastmaster, young in the sense he joined us recently. He's also young at heart, I would say. So it is Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Toastmaster Muhammad, could you please introduce us the role of the timer today?
Thank you, Toastmaster of the day, Dr. Sundar. Fellow Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the prepared speeches, table topic speakers, and the evaluation. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green, yellow, and red colors, which denotes specific times remaining. Thank you, and back to you, Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. So for the final meeting leader of the day, so this role is taken by yours truly, and this is the role of the word counter. So the job of the word counter as a meeting leader is to help all the members who are attending the meeting to choose the best speaker, the best impromptu or table topic speaker, the best evaluator, and the best meeting leaders. So this is just done by a voting on the spot. So on the now, we do a voting. So as and when each session is finished, a link, a Google form link would be shared on the chat box. You could just select, click on that link and select the speaker or the evaluator or the meeting leader whom you feel delivered or did their performance to the best of their abilities. So that's about the word counter. And as the word counter, I shall not be voting for any speaker until and unless there is a need to break a tie. So having said that, we have now introduced the meeting leaders. So these are the core set of pillars who are going to help us anchor the meeting in place and deliver a fine output today in the present moment. So without further ado, let us now move on to the first session. The first session, as I told you, is the prepared speech session. What is all about preparation? Well, preparation is whatever you do. It could be in the past, it could reflect something in the future. But all of that, that's really carrying the most important weightage is how you expedite it at the moment. Imagine a procrastinator. A procrastinator is one who is getting ready to get ready. I'm always a procrastinator because I still see myself doing so many things, getting ready to get ready to get ready and even get ready. So that long is the procrastination time. But if you wish to live in the moment, stop procrastinating. Put in all your preparation and energy. That might help you out in the future and expedite it at this moment. Because sometimes what is in your hand is better than what lies beyond. So make the best use of the time in hand, make best use of the moment, the present moment in your hand, and give the maximum impetus. A very good example that I could call back from today's meeting is how our presiding officer spoke us all about doing our projects. As Toastmasters, we are always a little bit laid back. Okay, probably I think I should do it even better, or I need more preparation. But no, we learn by doing. And being in the now is one important aspect of learning by doing. Strike the opportunity, do it. If you may fail, that will be a lesson. If you win, that's an accolade. So that's what we are going to see now in the prepared speech session. We have 4 glittering speakers waiting to deliver their prepared speech projects. And they are learning to do it, they're learning by doing, and also waiting to win the accolades. So for the first speech of today's meeting, we have an eminent Toastmaster. But before I call upon the speaker on the stage, let me call upon the evaluator to read out the objectives. So the first speech would be evaluated by Toastmaster Hassan. Toastmaster Hassan, could you please read out the objectives?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests. The purpose of my speaker today is for his project to learn or review the basic research method, and the member should present a well-researched and well-organized speech on any topic. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Hassan. Okay, so our first speaker for today is a vibrant, enthusiastic, and energetic gentleman and Toastmaster. He leads the pack, he shows the way, and lives by example. He is the president of TAJ Toastmasters Club currently, and he is the one who has done the maximum number of educational projects. He has completed 4 education paths in the Pathways Learning Experience. No mean achievement. This is not something simple at all. Kudos to him for that one. Professionally, he is the head of training and consultancy for the SLC company, and he's aiming for a promising district leadership position in the next program year. I welcome on the stage our president, Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai, to deliver his level 1 third project from the team collaboration path, which is his 5th path. And the speech title is Working Life on the Road. Working Life on the Road, Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai.
Point of order, evaluator, is it clear? There was a last minute change in the project. It was level 1 project 2 in the agenda. It's level 1 project 3.
Mr. Evaluator, Toastmaster Hassan, could you please note it is level 1 project 3. It's research and presentation.
Same thing I sent you the. Okay, thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, you are. Loud and clear.
Thank you. All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, said Walt Disney. Good evening, dear Toastmasters and guests. The last year, 2020, March, when we had the pandemic, all the airports were closed, the borders are closed. All of us, including myself, asked this question: how can I go back to my home country? Are my parents safe? And what will happen if I leave my job and go back? How can I survive? So based on this question, I thought, if I get a job where I can do my work and I can stay at home or wherever or any part of the world, that will be a better choice. And I think the pandemic has taught us, it has devastated many people. And it also proved that remote work is growing faster than ever. Many of us started thinking, and that's the reason why I did this research, to check what can I do to stay at home and get a decent job or get decent earning. So I searched in the internet. I found so many jobs where I can do while I'm on the road or irrespective of the place I stay. And some of the interesting things which I liked, I have posted here. One is travel blogging. Traveling is my passion. And you know that travel bloggers, they make a lot of money, but you cannot reach to that point in one day. It takes few years. If you want to be a blogger, you need to start now. And the money comes from advertising, marketing. And the most important thing is you need to build an audience. And the approximate annual income of the monthly income is around $500,000 to $20,000. The next job is those who are good in English. You can teach English online. I met many teachers, English teachers online. You can work in Cambly and all those type of online platforms, and you can make money irrespective of the place you stay. And you can get jobs teaching overseas or sit in your home or anywhere in the world. And the average income is around $2,000 to $3,000. And that also depends on how many hours you work. If you work more, you'll be getting a better pay. And remote working and telecommunicating. And now many companies, you have learned that many companies have canceled building the new offices and all, and they are searching for professionals who can work from anywhere in the world. Only thing is they need a computer and a Wi-Fi connection. And in many industries, you can see that online marketing, all this sort of things. And the income, it varies depending on what you do. If you are a professional, you have a lot of platforms available, you can try for this. The next one is like a local tour guide. You don't have to register with any company or organizations or something. There's so many applications available. One of the applications I use when I go to different places is Show Around. And you can see how I communicated with one of the guides there. And the best way to to get a local guide, and the cheaper one you can get through this one. So you can be a local guide in the city you are familiar. You don't have to be a full-time job. You can do it on a weekend or after your work hours. You don't have to register. Go to this Show Around app. You can register as a local, and the average income, monthly income, is $1,000 to $10,000. For example, you are in Riyadh, you know all the parts of Riyadh. You can be a travel guide in Riyadh. And traveling yoga instructor. If you are interested in yoga, and this is one of the best way to get money. And I know many people, many of my friends who work like that, and the average income is around $30 to $100 per hour, and per student. So it depends on how many students you get it. And freelance travel writer, but it takes some time to be in that level. You need to have to be great with words. You have 10 cents to $1 per word. So you can imagine a big travel blog. And day trading. Some of our Toastmasters are good in stock day trading. And if you are expert in financial professional, but it is also not one day. You need to work hard to reach that level. But the income is around $100 to $10,000 a month. Another one is freelance photographer. Whenever I go to any places, I try to catch any of the freelance photographer in that area, try to get some snaps or videos of that location. And they know the places that they can take you to the right location. This is one of the experience I had. She is a college student, and she was doing a part-time photography. And other one, place your, or your place on the Airbnb. Airbnb is an app or a website where you can post your accommodation. And this is one of the places where I stayed, and they rented the top part of their house, and they earn a decent amount of money. Videography or YouTube bloggers, and it takes some time to reach that level. But this is, if you know videography and you're good in video editing, you can make money. And our bloggers get $1,000 to $20,000 per month. And professional consultant. Now this, I think many of you can do this one. I'm also trying to do this one. I'm a consultant. So what you can do now, also you can work as a freelance consultant. You go to this website, freelancer.com. There are so many websites where you can advertise your services, and the job, consultants are paid very high, depending on your professionalism and the demand. Your payment can be very high. And dear Toastmasters, if this was easy, you can see everyone would be doing it, and it's not difficult. So if you want to be if you want to be a freelancer, don't want somebody to control you. If you want to work by yourself, work hard, dream big, and never give up. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh, for that informative speech. I request every one of you to give him a big round of applause for his speech. You can also use your emojis. Thank you. Up next, we have our second speaker. Before I call upon or introduce the second speaker, let me ask the evaluator for the second speech, our Area 6 Director, Toastmaster Sunny Kurvilla, to read out the project objectives. Toastmaster Sunny, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow Toastmasters and guests, and exuberant greetings to you all. Today, the speaker is going to deliver his level 3, project 1 from Path Innovative Planning. Present a proposal. The purpose of this project is for the member to practice developing and presenting a proposal. Time 5 to 7 minutes. Title of this speech is Present a Proposal. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Sunny, for detailing out the objectives. Our next speaker is indeed an excellent orator, and he has impressed us all with his speeches so far. He has completed 2 levels as an innovative planning part, although he joined us only in the second quarter of 2020-2021 program year. He's currently working as a global planning and control manager at Bahari Logistics corporate office in Riyadh. Prior to coming to Riyadh, he was in Baltimore, where he was working as a marketing manager for the past 18 years. Some of his remarkable achievements of the professional field includes being the president and vice chairman of the Washington Metropolitan Cricket Board. And the best position that he feels that he has enjoyed the most is playing the role of dad to his son and daughter. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Ibrahim, who's going to deliver his level 3 project 1 from IP Innovative Planning part. The speech title is Presenting a Proposal to Asterisk Project Cargo. Presenting a proposal to Asterisk Project Cargo. Toastmaster Ibrahim, the screen is yours.
Am I audible?
Loud and clear.
Am I visible? Let me check the screen. Last time I don't want to repeat the same thing.
Well, you're visible, but your view is blurred. So if you could actually move the screen slightly towards you.
Well, if I come a little closer, how about this? Is this good now?
Yeah, this seems better.
Since I will be doing this for the first time, please bear with me. I need to share the screen. So host has disabled the screen sharing option. So host has spotlighted here. You can try now. Thank you. This wouldn't be the screen that I want to share, would be the second screen. Let me check if this works. So please bear with me, guys. And boom, boom. No. Can I, okay, I want to stop sharing and I want to just try the other screen which has been shared. So how do I do that? Any advice? You can see your screen, Toastmaster Ibrahim. You can see my screen?
Yeah, your screen is visible, but it's not on the slide presenter view.
So let me do one thing. Hold on. Okay, let me disable this first. I wonder how this worked. Okay, so this is again shared. Is it visible now?
It is visible, but the slides are, yeah, it's visible now. Yes, great.
Thank you. Okay, the timer, can I anchor you? Last time I didn't get it. So how can I anchor the timer? You're the top one, right? Yeah, perfect. Mohammed.
Timer has been spotlighted.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. All right, you can start the time now. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters, Toastmaster of the evening, honorable guests, and judges. I'm going to make a little paradigm shift because this is going to be a proposal to asterisks. So my script is going to be addressing to asterisks. So, dear Chairman and General Manager for Asterisks Project Solution. Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to explain how my company would be helpful and beneficial for your company. Let me introduce myself. I am Ibrahim Ali Karjika, working as a planning and control manager. I'm here with my team to provide you, explain you what kind of services my company offers. And I will walk you through the pros and the cons, what you have, plus the advantages and the unique selling propositions, what my company has to offer to you. Bahri has been serving the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia for past 4 decades. And we have made some recent advancement in our service. So our recent service has positioned ourselves to provide you an ideal solution, especially taking into consideration the projects where you guys participate in. So to cut long story short, coming direct to the point, our proposal could save asterisks $2.6 million annually. Does it ring a bell? So if you just wait for next 6 minutes, I will give you a details what my team has researched and analyzed, and we have custom an offer for you which would help you save $2.6 million annually. So this is who we are. We are 3-in-1. Unlike many of the other shipping lines, we carry breakbulk cargo, we carry ro-ro, we carry containers. There are very few vessels who have the capability the way we have. Look at our design. Our vessel design is so unique that it doesn't match any of the competition's design, and it is perfectly tailor-made for the Saudi Arabia market. Saudi Arabia is predominantly a project cargo. This is one place in the world, no matter what happens other place, the project cargo continues coming. And that's what we have done for past 4 decades. So if you look, our vessels combines all 3 means of transportation. The top one, the picture, if you see, we have a ramp going into the vessel. You can see we have the cranes on the other side of the vessel, and we also carry containers down there. Our coverage, we are top 10 global carrier, #1 in France, and then we are #1 in Africa, top 5 in Europe. We have almost carried more than, this year we have crossed of our 500,000 tons. Then we have almost 900,000 of TEUs, and then we are crossing 1.6 million square meter of cargo worldwide. So these are the 5 key main domain activities where we are engaged in and where we offer our customers. Multimodal transport, ocean transport, air freight, door-to-door, express courier. We do freight forwarding on the turnkey basis. We do air cargo. We do sea transportation, and that is for the multimodal transport. And I have seen your company often requires all of these services. From a logistics standpoint, we do the storage as well, which we have recently started. We do the order preparations, distribution, and the last mile delivery from point to point. We have special handling as well. We have special equipment which can be used at your warehouses. We have cranes up to 200 metric tons. And I have given your team a detailed brochure of all our capabilities. This is how our project cargo moment looks. If you see any of the cargo that is loaded on those mafis, it goes so safely inside that your project cargo is very safe, unlike some of the lift-on, lift-off carriers, what they do. We have 0 cases of accident in this business. We never had an accident because our operation is so smooth. The project cargo, which is very important for your project, these pieces of cargo, when they arrive, I think you don't have to worry about anything. That's how our operations is optimal. And we provide expedited services from worldwide to Saudi Arabia. We have a very competent and professional team to serve you. They're very customer centric. Anytime you call, you will get a reply. You will get the chance to speak with a human, unlike some of the companies where the phone goes to an automated machine. Our capacity is 250 metric ton. Think about that. You bring in any of the boilers, and I think down the road, you guys are planning to buy 130 boilers in all the projects taken in the Middle East. So this is an ideal arrangement for you, which would assist you in carrying your cargo from worldwide into Saudi Arabia. This is our vessel. It's a unique design. If you look at it, it's so beautiful. Look at the belly it has. It can carry any kind of cargo, 5.8 meters. That's how high a cargo can be accommodated. It just rolls in. So our research on Astris is in 2019, 2020, and forecast for 2021. You have carried 78,000 total volume. And then due to pandemic, it was 42,000 in 2020, but you foresee almost 100,000 CBM of cargo moving into Saudi Arabia in the coming year from worldwide. And what we did is we did a customized offer for you. We are going to offer a customized discounted rates on different of those corridors, and then you should be able to save 2.6 million annually. And make no mistake, in addition to this, you'll be getting an excellent service and peace of mind. All pieces of your cargo are going to reach the destination as they're intended for. So your project doesn't have to face any of the fines, and your project that is not held hostage because cargo did not reach there. So guys, are you with us? It's a time to make it now. I brought my general manager. We have to make a choice now. We have to make it now. If you guys are with us, we can just sign the contract and we can just move this relationship forward. Over to you, Mr. Toastmaster.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Ibrahim, for that brilliant proposal. In fact, we learned a little bit too about things which you're handling. For the next project speech that's going to be presented, we have an eminent evaluator. So before I call upon the speaker, let me call on the evaluator to read out the objectives. The evaluator would be DTM Sridhar, Distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar. Could you please read out the objectives for the third speech?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir. You're audible and visible.
Yeah. My speaker would be delivering his distinguished Toastmaster first speech. That is, the purpose of the project is for the member to demonstrate his or her skills as a leader and a public speaker. The purpose of his first speech is for the member to introduce his or her plan and a vision. Member completing the project is working to achieve his or her Distinguished Toastmaster Award. The member is contributing a great deal of time and effort to complete this project, complete a project that benefits an organization. So now, the member will deliver a well-organized, well-executed speech about the plan to complete the project of his choice and design. The member may speak about the plan for the entire project or share an aspect of the plan. The member should strive to achieve exemplary ratings on every evaluation criteria. The member is responsible. As an evaluator, my responsibility to evaluate the member's speech, not the project. So over to the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very much, Distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar, for detailing out the objectives in full. So our next speaker today is going to present his first speech from the Distinguished Toastmaster project. He has completed two parts in the pathways learning experience, the dynamic leadership and engaging humor part. He is indeed an enthusiastic and creative Toastmaster. No doubt, he is our Vice President Public Relations, carrying out our creative messages to the Toastmastering community and the others here in Riyadh. He's also the Assistant Area 6 Director for Program Quality and a club coach for the PSU Falcons Toastmasters Club. Professionally, he is a training manager at Duncan's KSA, and he is blessed with a happy family and 2 children, and his father is also the youngest Toastmaster of the club. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari to present his DTM project speech, Recognize to Reward. Recognize to Reward, Toastmaster Manaz.
One day, I went to a pet shop. There were 3 parrots sitting on the cage. I asked the shopkeeper, how much does this parrot cost? So the shopkeeper said that parrot is a VP membership of Toastmasters Club. And it is very expensive. It is 1,000 riyals. I said, wow, okay. What does it do? It brings in members to the club and ensures club growth in the proper manner. So I said, okay, then what about the second parrot? He said, it's a VP education. This parrot is always busy preparing agendas, asking and promoting Toastmasters to speak. And it's very expensive. It is 5,000 riyal. I said, oh, really? But what is that third parrot? So he said, Wallah, that is a very expensive parrot, very expensive. But it is not doing anything. Yeah, that is what I also noticed. It doesn't do anything, but you know, the other 2 parrots calls him president. You know, we fellow Toastmasters, dear guests, we are in a world where people who really work a lot are not recognized often. My Distinguished Toastmaster project is all about converting recognitions into priceless rewards. Have you noticed people at the standing at the door, opening the door and closing the door when you go into a restaurant? Have you noticed people smiling at you before they take your orders? Even in my organization, Duncan, a lot of our team members smile at our customers. But when they smile, do they get recognized for smiling? But when they don't smile, they become rude. A lot of questions are asked. Hey, why are you not smiling? Smile, smile, right? But when they smile, nobody recognizes them. This is not the mistake. It is a mistake. It is not an issue. It is because nobody is given an empowerment to recognize those little efforts which remain unnoticed. My entire project is all about converting recognitions into more price rewards. Let's see how it works. I'll just share the screen for your better understanding. My DTM project is about converting recognition into towards a Duncan case. In Duncan, we have a system of recognizing all our team members with a U card. This we call there is no Duncan without you. That means if you do any activity, we are going to gift them with a small U card. This U card is nothing but a small token of card which says, you are cheerful, you are awesome, you're fanatical, etc., etc. So if, for example, distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar, he smiled at me, and then I would say, thank you, DTM Sridhar, for smiling at me. You motivated my day and you made my day special. And I gave him a card. But what will distinguished Toastmaster do with this card? He will throw it away after some time. I wanted to keep this card safe with our team members. What I did was nothing special. I attached a point system to the U card. You can see 5, 10, 25, and 100 points attached to it. And I distributed these coupons to a lot of people. To area managers, I distributed. To ops excellence coaches, I distributed it to our senior leaders. I asked them, when you visit the shop, when you see people smiling, when you see them doing great activities, just give it to them. What follows up is even more amazing. This was called a Dunkin' U point, showing extraordinary commitment towards the guest, and those team members will be awarded with Dunkin' U points. Who will benefit out of it? Team members, store supervisors, area managers, territory managers, regional managers, even senior leaders will benefit out of it. How does they benefit? It's very simple. When you collect your coupons, you can collect it as many as points you want. You might collect up to 300 points and you can get a bag as your gift. You may collect up to 200 points and get a power bank as your gift. Now, this entire proposal was presented to our organization, and what? It got approved. A big thanks to our operations manager, Mr. Khalid Ahmed, who made it possible, who actioned it, who said, go ahead. And that's what is now being practiced at Dunkin'. This would not have been possible with a team, without a team of people who are ready to gift and recognize team's effort. And this is very much required in this world. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about. They would be having a tough time smiling at you. There would be a lot of pressure at their mom would be sick, but still they smile at you. End of the day, to treat you, to make you happy. So this DTM project of mine is nothing special, but to make people happy. Back to you, Toastmaster of the Day.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Toastmaster Manas, for that speech. Please give a big round of applause for Toastmaster Manas' speech. And please excuse me because I had a technical difficulty. I just lost connection and then came back at the moment. For the fourth speaker, who's going to present his prepared speech from the presentation mastery part, we have the speech to be evaluated by yet another senior Toastmaster, a distinguished Toastmaster, DTM Gururajan. Could you please read out the objectives for the fourth speaker?
Thank you, Toastmaster Sundar, the Toastmaster of the evening, and the fellow Toastmasters. A warm good evening to all of you.
Good evening.
The purpose of the project is for the member to deliver a persuasive speech in a club meeting And the time of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. The title of the speech is, I will take it. Good luck to the speaker and over to the Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, DTM Gururajan. Our fourth speaker for today is a man of action, I would say. He seems so silent, but when it is to deliver, he is always at the forefront. He is a ceramic engineer by profession working for Saudi Ceramics, and in Toastmasters, he is risen up the ladder so fast because of his enthusiasm and is currently holding the position of Vice President membership of TAJ Toastmasters Club. But still more, he is the District 79 Corporate Social Responsibility Manager and is also the Assistant Chair for English Contest Operations at SATAC 2021. He is also the club coach for Garagina Toastmasters Club. Please put your hands together to welcome Toastmaster Jijo Koshi to deliver his Level 3 Project 1 speech. Toastmaster Jijo, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening. Fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, warm good evening to all. I will take it. Maybe I will not. I will. Friends, it happened 2 months ago. Hi, vaccine. Hello, sir. Did you see the speech of Dr. Sundar? The jab? Yes, I saw the speech of, but not sure whether I will take the vaccine. It's painful and still so many doubts about it. Maybe I might die. I don't know. Somebody says AstraZeneca is good, AstraZeneca is not. I'm not sure about it. But sir, he shared so much data about what's in it and what benefits you will get. I think you should go for it. Okay, I will try. A month later, sick. Before that, I did something that will surprise you. Thanks to our Toastmasters. They inspired me to take the vaccine. And guess what? The vaccine, what it does to you all. I understood it once I got affected. Dear friends, if you really love your close ones, if you really care for them, if you want to spread love, not coronavirus, I will say, go for it. I will take it. This was what I decided a month back. A moment more would have costed me very heavily. Me and my wife went to the driving center for corona test. My wife had certain symptoms which forced me to go there with her. And I, out of casual approach, took the test. I tested positive. That day, everything was shaken. I didn't know what to do. I dropped out from a club meeting. I arranged everything around the house. Thanks to that one moment, I got vaccinated. That was the biggest gift or thing I did, which really saved me. During the corona time, many have heard many things about corona. You fall sick, you have fever, you have this and that. By God's grace, nothing happened. I was just normal. There was no big symptoms, just a cold, like just a viral fever, and done. Friends, what's in a vaccine? I would like to share. A vaccine has got some water, some active ingredients, some stabilizers, some residual traces that is formed while forming the vaccine and some adjuvants. This little thing is a lifesaver. Until now, only 23 out of 100 people are vaccinated. Thank you, vaccine, for that guidance. I took it now. Friends, fellow Toastmasters, if at all I wouldn't have taken that decision, it would have gone a far story. I don't know what I should have done. I'm proud to say that I took the vaccine. And I urge you all, take the vaccine. Don't rely on others. There are many stories around me. Don't take the vaccine. Let's wait what's happening. People from India are calling, Jijo, don't take AstraZeneca. But I went by the words of Dr. Sundar. Thanks to the Dr. Sundar, your speech was priceless for me. I urge all Tajians, take the jab. I took it. That saved me. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Jijo, for that indeed persuasive speech. It was more of a message than a speech. Thank you so much for that one. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests and all my dear friends, good evening once again, and we have now come to the end of the prepared speech session. We had 4 remarkable speeches, and indeed I could connect the power of now in all of those. Our first speaker was talking about whatever be it, if you can think of it, you can do a job now on the trot. There are so many options available. Our second speaker emphasized in all important ways that how that company could act now to save millions. Our third speaker was talking the importance of recognition and reward. An appreciation delayed is appreciation wasted, and probably an opportunity lost. So recognize, reward, and appreciate at the moment. And finally, if you have to decide something, take the case of the pandemic that we are fighting. The only defense that we have is social distancing and self-hygiene, and beyond that, scientifically, we have the vaccine. And that was what was emphasized persuasively by our last speaker, that we all have to take the jab right now. Thank you so much for all of you to getting in line with the theme of the day. So without further ado, let us just move on to the next session, the interesting part of our meeting, the table topic session. To conduct the table topic session, we have a very energetic Toastmaster. He is hailing from Tamil Nadu in South India and is working professionally as an associate professor in medical bacteriology at King Saud University, and his research field is that of multidisciplinary sciences and mainly focusing on medical microbiology. He has been living in Riyadh for the last 9 years, and please put your hands together to welcome our table topics master, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, to conduct the table topic session. Please excuse me, I missed out on something, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Just hold on a moment. Mr. Timer, have all the speakers, prepared speakers, qualified?
Except Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai, rest all qualified.
Thank you very much. I'll be sharing the link for the voting on your chat box. You may use it to vote for the best prepared speaker. And for the table topic session, it will be evaluated by me. I'll be the evaluator for the table topic session. And also, the table topics master is doing his role as a part of a project called as the Active Listening Project, which will be evaluated by Toastmaster Nandu Patra. Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, loud and clear.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, for introducing me. The power of now can only be realized now. It requires no time and no effect. Effect means you are trying hard to get somewhere, and so you are not present. Welcome this moment as it is. Set. Eckhart Tolle. Hello, Toastmasters and wonderful guests. Good evening. Right now, you are going to have a opportunity to participate is one of the most interesting and existing portion of Toastmaster meeting, the table topics. I'm Toastmaster Arunachalam. I will be a table topic master tonight. This is a fun portion of the meeting as it allows us to participate our impromptu speaking skills and facing that fear that we have all. To help your practice today, I have prepared a few topics that hopefully will help you meet this goal. I will introduce the topics in a second. But first, I want to describe how it is going to do. A table topic presentation should last from 1 minute to 2.5 minutes. The time lights while you give the timing requirements. At first 1 minute, the timer will turn on green light. At 1 minute 30 seconds, they will turn on light yellow. At 2 minutes, the timer will show the red light. After you see the red light, you have 30 seconds to wrap up your speech. If the rules are clear, you all let us start. For last things, I said, try to use the word of the day if you can, proving points with grammarians. Are you ready? I hope that everyone ready for this session. I select first persons. Who is this first? Please, all of video should be open. I select first person. Hazan Guzain. Muhammad Hazan, please turn on your video. Are you there?
I think Toastmaster.
Hazan?
I think Toastmaster Hassan is not there.
Okay, I will select some other. Because we have only few.
You can select from those who have turned on their videos and who don't have the big three roles.
Yeah, okay. Everybody they are having the roles. Only P people are here.
No, it is okay. No problem. You can accept the big three roles. You can take.
Yeah. I will first person Manas Al-Bukhari. Toastmaster Manas Al-Bukhari.
Yes.
Your topic is how could you describe power of your own mind? Your topic is how could you describe power of your own mind?
I remember a story of the elephant, which was told to me by my father long back when I was a kid. A small elephant was brought from the forest, and it was tied with a chain to its leg. And the chain on the other end was fitted to the ground with a small rod. And the elephant tried to move. The road was so much deep in the soil, it was not able to move. So it tried many times to move its leg, but it could not move. Later, when the elephant became very big, it was so strong, it could pull one tree down. But then it was still tied to a small pole with a small chain. It still didn't bother to move its leg. It thought it cannot break that chain. You know, if the elephant really wanted, just a shake and the chain would break off. It is a mindset of that elephant which did not allow it to move its leg. Many of us, including me, have that chained mindset wherein we think it is not possible. I too many times thought it is definitely not possible to fly outside my country, India, and to work somewhere else with the kind of experience I had. But then when I gave it a shot, it worked. Right now, far away from India, I handle a training position, heading training for Dunkin' in Saudi Arabia, handling 500 stores. It is just a mindset which makes impossible possible. Back to table topic, Master.
Excellent, Toastmaster Manas Albugari. You explained related to our topics. You started telling the beginning. You are telling the elephant story, and then you are training position and possible and impossibles. You are very clearly explaining about our topics related to the concept of the topics. Okay, next topics. I call upon next Ibrahim. Toastmaster Ibrahim.
Yes, sir.
Your topic is, what is the significance of being in the present moment? The topic is, what is the significance of being in the present moment?
Am I visible?
Yes, you are.
Am I audible?
Yes, very clear.
Thank you, Mr. Table Topic Master. What an excellent topic you have given to me. What is the importance of being present? Many people continue living their job, living their life in past. More often than not, I often feel that the present and the future is held hostage by the past. That should not how anyone should be living. You do not wake up one morning as a bad person, right? It happens by 1,000 tiny surrenders of self-respect to self-interest. Robert Broad explained it very nicely. There's significant importance of realizing it now. Several times during my past speeches, I've emphasized on the fact, why is it important to deal with it now? It's a proactive approach where you don't react to what happens to you. Instead, you have a chosen response to deal with the circumstances. And this way, you don't become a victim of somebody else's doing. This is done predominantly by the abundance mentality. Integrity has two children always, wisdom and the abundance mentality.
And abundance mentality is cultivated because integrity breeds inner security. Once you are secure from inside, you're not bothered about what things are affecting you. You won't. You will live in present. And then you are prepared. You're looking forward. Your entire energy is not wasted on your past experience. So don't let your history hold your future hostage. How do you do that? Live present. Don't become like the people who are hardwired towards addiction towards certain emotional flaws, anger, depression. You can manage that. You are much better than that. Give your best today, now. Over to you, Mr. Table Topic Master.
Excellent, Toastmaster Ibrahim. Very clearly you are explained for the topics, and also you mentioned the present and past and future and wisdom and mentality. The topic you spoke very well, clearly to the topics. The next topics, and I call upon CTM Sridhar. Please.
Yeah.
CTM, yeah. Your topic is, when did you first realize in your mind that life is short? Your topic is, when did you first realize in your mind that life is short?
Mr. Table Topics Master, fellow Toastmasters, distinguished guests, if any. I realize that life is short when one of my cousin's friend died in an accident. And lately, I realized when my dad, although he reached the age of 89, I still realize that life is short. Every day, we need to feel that it's your last day in your life. That way we have to perform. So, fellow Toastmasters, what I realized was that we spend time ruing about the past and getting anxious about the future. But what we do is that we just compromise about not living in the present. So when we live in the present, we try to give maximum. If at all I'm studying or if I'm doing something, we give more focus on those things instead of worrying about worrying about what people will say, all the 90% of the time I used to do that. But once I realized that it's futile, death is always inevitable. So we have to really have our goals clearly charted out, and as if we have less time in the world and work on achieving those. And this, what happens is that when we practice this, automatically we weed out all unnecessary activities. Like, for example, I can give you, currently, I'm a very great sports fan and cricket fan. I almost stopped watching the IPL unless for 1 or 2 few minutes, for 5 few minutes. So that was really consuming a lot of time and other interests. So now I've started focusing on what we need to be done. So hence, fellow Toastmasters, I would say, please do not get bogged down by the past, the baggage of the past, and anxious about the future. Try to have a goal and expedite achieving them so that you are right now Back to the table topics master.
Thank you, TTM Sridhar. You are explained very clearly related to the concept, and you have to say that your story, and then you say that more focus on the subject. Don't discuss to other things about the unnecessary points. So there is very good explanation for the topics. And the fourth speaker, our area director, Sunny Kurula.
Yes, ready.
Your topic is how you can practice to improve your power of mind. Your topic is how could you practice to improve your power of mind?
Thank you, table topic master. Rather, I would like to address this as not power of mind, it is power. Once the power of mind is gone, even our body, it is useless. So there is only one power, which is power of mind, which even propel our body to perform something great. Earlier, I used to have a lot of concern. The 24 out of 24 hours, I was thinking about past, future, and present. I was not able to focus. Then I heard this saying, past is history, future is a mystery, and current time, this is a present time. And present means it's a gift. This is one you have in your hand. Next moment, we don't know. It is not the number of years we are alive. It is, life is not short, but our mind is short. There are people who lived only up to 18, but they become immortal. They even live in our minds today. There are some people crossed 100 years and we don't know about them. We never heard about them. We don't know what they have done for us. So how I practice my mind, I consider that what all I do, it should get a result. Not for me. I am not very much certain that result should come to me. Somebody should get a result. What all I will be doing, there should be result. Let it be anybody who is getting that thing, I have no problem. This is the way I control my mind. Forget about the past, forget about the future, focus on your current period. This is the trick I follow. Over to you, table topic master.
Wonderful speech. For your explanations about the concept of the title. You explained the present and past and future and forgot the past, and you can think about only the future. Very good spoke about the topics. Can I stop or maybe continue?
I think we are running short of time, Mr. Table Topics Master, although it's an interesting session, but I think we'll wind up with the table topic session. Thank you so much.
Okay, Toastmaster.
You can continue with the remaining segment. You can finish it and hand over the lecture.
Yeah, of course, Toastmaster. Thank you all very much for participating in the today table topic segment. I really enjoyed your talks and I am very proud of you for taking charge of improving your skill ability. At this time, can I get the timer reports? Timer, tell the qualified speakers.
All the participants are qualified.
Okay. Please vote for your favorite table topic speaker tonight. I would now like to turn the meeting back to our Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you very much, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, for that exciting table topic session. It was indeed a great lineup of topics and wonderful speeches, thought-provoking indeed. Thank you so much. Please give him a big round of applause for the great session conducted by Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam. Up next, we have the session that we all are worried about. I would rather say that it is a session that we all should be happy about and not worried about. What is this all about? It's about taking feedback. Feedback is one thing that we have all been ingrained to feel a little bit cringy and stingy about. Because when we do an exam, the moment that you are going to get your grades is always something like kind of butterflies that you have. So this has been our mental setup ever since we are growing as a child to what we are right now. But in Toastmasters, the best aspect about feedback is it is always a constructive feedback that we have. So this kind of a constructive criticism and feedback is what is helping us to stand in the moment, perform in the moment, and deliver our best output possible ever. To conduct this great session, we have, which we call it as the general evaluation session, we have yet another enthusiastic Toastmaster. He joined TAJ Toastmasters Club in the 2018-2019 program year and has risen up so fast in his Toastmasters journey that he has completed 3 parts. Again, a no simple achievement, and currently cruising through his 4th path. He is holding the position of Area 6 Finance Manager and is also the secretary of TAJ Toastmasters Club and is also a club coach for Diplomatic Toastmasters Club. Professionally, he works as a financial planning and analysis manager at Hoshanko Holding and is a qualified management accountant from IMA USA and ACMA India. Please put your hands together to welcome our general evaluator for today, Toastmaster Nandu Kotrat. Toastmaster Nandu, the screen is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the evening, such a generous introduction. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters, distinguished Toastmasters, and my dear friend. Now, we are going to hear feedback from our evaluators. What is the benefit of evaluation? Evaluation is giving the opportunity to the speaker to understand what are the areas he has to improve in his speech. Not only that, this is giving the opportunity to evaluator to improve his listening skills and speaking skills. So with this, let me directly moving to the evaluation session. Today's session, I'm segmenting into 3 parts. First part is evaluation of the prepared speeches and table topic speech, then meeting leaders report, and finally the general evaluator report. As a normal, the evaluation time is 2 minutes green, 2 minutes 30 seconds yellow, 3 minutes red. More than 3 minutes 30 seconds, he will not be qualified. Now, without further delay, let me move to the first evaluation. Today, I'm going to take the first evaluation, the table topic session. To evaluate the table topic session, we have an eminent personality, an evaluation champion, our VP Education and club coach PSU Falcon. Let me invite Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam to evaluate table topic session.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator, for this generous introduction. I believe you were literally trying to find out words because the president stole a part of it when he introduced me as the Toastmaster of the day. Fellow Toastmasters and my dear friends, a warm good evening to you all once again. So what is all this table topics and impromptu speaking? For those of you who are new to Toastmastering and for our beloved guests who are here, table topic session is all about speaking on the spot. Again, the power of now plays a great role here. You are given a topic, you have to think and deliver it right now. There's a famous quotation by Mark Twain which says that in order to deliver an impromptu speech, I have to prepare for months. Well, all those months of preparation, all that matters down or narrows down to that 2 minutes that you are going to stay in front of the screen. As a general rule for table topics, we always look into the topic, which has to be delivered in a short speech with the characteristic features of a speech, that is the opening, the body, and the conclusion. So looking at all the 4 speakers who delivered their speeches today, we found that all of them followed this general structure. So that would have given you a fair idea like how a table topic speech should be constructed and delivered. Start with an opening, a body, and a conclusion. And more important to that is the topic. And first and foremost, let me congratulate our table topics master for delivering out 4 interesting topics, all of them in line with the theme of the day, and also engaging enough so that the speakers could deliver mature content based on those speeches. So for the first speaker, let me now break down for each individual speaker. The first speaker who spoke about the power of your mind by Toastmaster Manaz al-Bukhari, he started off very well. He was describing an anecdote that is about the elephant that is tied to a chain. And then he really transitioned wonderfully well to taking over this anecdotal story to his personal experience, how he was tied down, trying to move away from India. But then when he let go of things, he realized the power of mind and the potential, how it drives us forward. And this was wonderfully connected. Toastmaster Manaz, you had interesting areas where you could have incorporated a bit of humor and gesturing into your speech. This is the small amount of suggestion that I would like to deliver to you at this juncture. So the second speech was by Toastmaster Ibrahim, and this was about the significance of the present moment. Toastmaster Ibrahim Ali Karjikar, in his own strength, which was use of quotations and information from whatever that he has read so far, he even quoted Robert Broad, and how he classified being in the present moment is not about being reactive, rather than it is about being proactive. And also he was very strongly delving into the areas how an abundance mentality and an integrity concept are core enough to be or to realize the significance of the present moment. Toastmaster Ibrahim, this was a wonderfully constructed speech and carried the message right away to the audience. But if you had added a personal example or an anecdote, that would have added more value to your speech. It is a short speech. It is indeed difficult to do it, but always we expect a personal story that adds the glamour quotient to the speech that is going to the audience. The third speaker was our distinguished Toastmaster Sridhar. He was asked, when did you realize that life is short? He started off very well, an emotional impact, a way to grab the audience attention, like how he felt so bad and how he felt that life is too precious when he lost his cousin's friend and his father. And then he went on so very well transition to how it is important to live our day as if this is the last day of life, living in the present moment, concentrating and focusing all our energies to the present scenario is what is more important, how he tried out well. In fact, he brought in a story of how he was engaged with the IPL and the fandom of sportsmanship, but then he just told like he has not focusing on that, but rather he's focusing on the current things in hand. So distinguished Toastmaster, this was a well-constructed speech, but if you could have emphasized this story aspect, like how, when we have an engaging content in the middle of your speech, which forms the body of your speech, that takes your speech to the next level. So that is just small, humble suggestion, which I would like to deliver to you. And our last speaker was Toastmaster Sunny Kuruvilla, who was asked the question, practice to improve the power of your mind. What a wonderful speech he delivered. He just went on with the power message saying that it's not just the power, but the only power is the power of the mind. So that's the way you just bring down, hammer hard your message at the opening of your speech to take the attention of the audience. And then you move forward. And then the body of the speech was also well constructed, going for a personal story, and then a quotation about how past, present, and future, which was also a callback from what was delivered by the TMOD in the beginning of the meeting. And then finally, his personal experience of how he always works with a result-oriented approach. Great way of constructing a speech. And the only suggestion that I could make to you for Toastmaster Sunny in this speech is like, if you had spoken up in a standing position, that would have added even more value. Other than that, it was a wonderful speech. Thank you, and back to the general evaluator.
Thank you, table topic evaluator. Now let us move to our next speech evaluation. Today, Toastmaster Jijo needs to go a little bit early. Let us move directly to his speech evaluation. To evaluate his speech, we have another experienced person. I would like to introduce him in a one word, is a evaluation guru. He's not only a Toastmaster, he's a good singer, and he's an engineer in profession. Let me invite Toastmaster DTM Gururajan to evaluate Toastmaster Jijo speech. Toastmaster DTM Gururajan, the stage is yours.
Good evening. The power went off in our building. So I'm sorry I am not presentable now, but I will give the evaluation. Am I visible?
Yes, you are.
Am I audible also?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I'm ready now. Thank you, Toastmaster Jijo Kosi, to give really persuasive speech at the correct moment. We are all talking about living at the present moment, but this moment, we have to think of getting vaccinated. We have to expedite our vaccination. And you have taken the right topic. And you started very well. The confusion everybody has to take the vaccination or not. So many people still have that question. So you put yourself in their shoes, and then you really went ahead telling your personal experience. That's really very valuable experience. And you narrated very well. I was admiring your facial expressions and your vocal variety. Really, you have improved a lot compared to the last speeches. And then when you're talking about you and your wife went to the doctor, and then you didn't get affected because you already got vaccinated. It's a very good piece of information. This would have persuaded all the people to go for vaccination. Reasoning out is one of the best tools to convince the people, and you took up the right tool to persuade the people, to give the reasons and let them decide on their good speech. Giving really persuaded the people, and then he was talking about the from where he got the idea to get vaccinated, and then you were repeating with firmly that you got vaccinated, how the other Toastmasters are going to get vaccinated. It was a very good speech. Only a few suggestions that you can work on. On three things I would like to recommend. First one is regarding the content. Regarding the content version, really now society, they have other negative points. Like one of them is blood clotting. So you would have impressed all the audience. You would have taken all those points and then you would have reasoned it out. It would have added more color to your speech. Second one, true that you made a personal story with you and your wife, but you made it very small. Perhaps the agony which you had undergone at the time, you should have expressed to take the minds of the people, to take the people along with you. That's very much necessary. That was effectively added more color to your speech. Dear Toastmaster, Sijo, you're really in a very good thought-provoking and the guiding speech, persuading the people to go for vaccination. Only you have to improve a bit more reasoning out in the content, and then a bit more added story to convince the people. And with this, your speech will go to the next level, over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gururajan, for the feedback. And let me salute you for your commitment, even though there is no power. Thank you very much. And now let us move to the evaluation of our first speaker. To evaluate the first speaker's speech, we have another energetic and young Toastmaster who have already completed his first part within a short span of time. Now, whenever you are going, you can see that Toastmaster there and he's taking the key roles in the Toastmasters. He's always ready to take any challenge, any role, and he's always a supportive man. Let me invite Toastmaster Hassan Hussain to evaluate Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai's speech.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Thank you, General Evaluator, and once again, good evening, all fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. And a special good evening to my speaker, Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh. What a great start you made, that all our dream can come true if we have courage to pursue it. Very rightly said that if you have enthusiasm, energy towards any of your objective or your goal, you can do it, you can achieve it. Hey, we all have that power, we all have the talent, we can achieve it. The only thing is you need to have a willpower, the courage to achieve it. Very good start. You grab the attention of the audience, and what a great topic you illustrated in front of us. You just took our feeling, connected with you in the pandemic, what the situation we all were facing. The same what the question you have put, how to return back to our home. We all start feeling sick. For me, I have been almost 2 years, I have been visited in my home. You make me connected to the feeling what you were having, same. How my parents are in this pandemic situation, how to return back. All this topic, it was the audience grabbing moment. It is very well connected to the current situation. And in that pandemic, you also taught us how to convert this pandemic into opportunities. How we can take advantages of these in the negative moments also, in this distressful moment also, how we can get the positive thing and how we can make money. That is the most important aspect of our life, why we are all here, to earn money. And you give us many, many valuable tips how we can earn money. You gave us very many useful topics how to earn money using online website, using blogs, giving any freelancer tuitions, many things. It was great. Indeed, it will be helpful for all of us, and especially to us like a younger generation. We have many spare time, we can do it. You used very good presentation slide. It was very, very nicely presented. That is the objective of having any research topic and presentation. You really presented very well. Also, the transition of your video during all the slides, that was very smooth and catchy. It was attracting to us. There was no any flip-flop in that. It was very nicely presenting and moving here and there to have the audience view very clear. We were able to see you, see the movement all. It was very nicely projected. And indeed, the speech craft was very nice. You started, end up, and concluded very well with the call of action as well. I could suggest you that during this, while you suggested many things, how we can earn monies, I could see there will be many difficulties, many challenges we could face. If you could pinpoint them also, it will be beneficial for the audience. So overall, the speech was good. You met the objective with a nice presentation. If you add this in your speech next time, it will be very useful for us. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Hassan, for a constructive feedback. Now, let us move to the next evaluation. Now, I'm going to introduce you a true leader to evaluate Toastmaster Ibrahim Kajrika's speech. He's a very hard worker and result-oriented Toastmaster who built our club in such a way, and he kept Area 6 one of the best area in District 79. Professionally, he's a chartered accountant. He's working as a financial controller. Let me welcome Toastmaster Sunny Kurula to evaluate Toastmaster Ibrahim's speech.
Thank you, General Evaluator, for a generous introduction. Fellow Toastmasters, once again, a warm greetings to you all. Toastmaster Ibrahim, congratulations for a fantastic presentation. And thank you for helping us to reduce our cost by 2.6 million US dollar. We are convinced your capacity to serve our company in almost all areas using your multimodal transport facility. Also, we are happy to understand that you have all value added services which may help us to have better relation in future. Definitely, after seeing your presentation, we will be having an internal meeting between procurement department and logistic department to understand, and we expect very soon you will be making another presentation based on which we will be able to conclude the topic. Having appreciated your proposal, we prefer to see your next presentation with little minor changes. You came to us and you're asking some normal questions. Am I audible? Am I visible? Rather than that, when you come to us, give us a commanding question. Al-Bahri team is here to give you 2.6 million US dollar saving. Do you want it? And nobody can take their attention from you. Then instead of trying for this videos, where it is, and the slides, everything could be arranged before we start the meeting. Initially, you lost some time over there. And what we prefer is give us an introduction before you start this slideshow. What is the purpose of your presentation? And the team in our company who coordinated with you so far to make this presentation, how you are going to help us. On top of that thing, if you present a list of customers in Saudi Arabia, with which we will be having more convincing ability to take a decision. Overall, it was an excellent presentation with compelling reason for us to look into that again. If you added spice with useful pictures and meaningful tables. I invite you to our company with some presentation so that we can also reduce our cost. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sunny, for a detailed evaluation. Now, let us move to our last prepared speech evaluation. Now we are going to evaluate one DTM project. So definitely, we should be an evaluator becoming. We need a DTM evaluator. Now, to evaluate this speech, we have another experienced evaluator. I would like to explain him in a one word, that is encyclopedia of Toastmasters. Whatever you have doubt in Toastmastering, you can approach him and ask him. He will give you the detailed explanation. Whenever you go any Toastmastering, if you ask about this evaluator, they will give you the feedback about him, a good feedback about him. He's one of the charter member in Toastmasters Saudi Arabia, and he's well experienced evaluator, speaker, judge, and he took different roles. Let me invite our experienced and energetic Toastmaster DTM Sridhar to evaluate the DTM project of Toastmaster Anas Al-Bukhari.
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. General Evaluator, for your so generous an introduction. It really inspires me to speak. Dear Manas, I'm going to dissect your speech in such a manner that what it requires for you to become a distinguished Toastmaster and a benchmark speaker and a leader. Your project was exemplary, excellent. This is what we get rewarding, and it was a real mind-blowing project, and which you have already completed. What I liked about you are so enthusiastic. The way you are enthusiastic and so commanding, you are speaking, and it was so clear for all of us what you're doing, and the way you portrayed that PPT, it was so nice, and I was attracted to it. And what I liked about it was that you are so confident. Not only confident, you were really very so nice of you to have touched the lives of so many people. There was smooth flow from opening, body, conclusion. The opening was really good by that. You caught the audience attention by that parrot story, and you moved slowly to the ending. So now you're going to become a distinguished Toastmaster. So my evaluation will be a little bit more caustic, and you have to really work on many of the things so that you become a benchmark speaker, which you are capable of. The first point, which what I liked was I feel if you can work on your vocal variety, it will be really useful by narrating what you have said. Vocal variety is very important. I felt it was a little bit, you can really energize your speech and throw more impact, amplify the impact on the audience. The second, I would challenge you to have work on your intonations and pronunciations. That's very important. We are ignoring this point, but yet we need to really work on it. And all the other points, what they say is that you should be exemplary in all the evaluation points, like clarity and other things. But I feel you need to work on the gestures also. The gestures need to be very congruent when you're speaking. So you need to really, whenever you're delivering such speeches, I would prefer you to practice. I think perhaps you may not have practiced. Need to practice. It's very important for delivering. So all in all, it was a great speech. There are three things which I would say, that vocal variety, pronunciation, intonations, and the points of gesturing. And finally, I would also say, because I'm going to be a distinguished Toastmaster, I will prefer you to wear formal clothing while giving speech, because that was not a prop. I never felt it was a prop. Your dress was a prop for speaking. So all in all, congratulations. Wish you all the best in the second project. Mr. General Evaluator.
Thank you, DTM Sridhar, for a detailed evaluation. Now the prepared speech evaluation is over, but I have one more evaluation. That is active listening evaluation. To evaluate the active listening project of Toastmaster Dr. Arunachalam, you have a young Toastmaster, none other than myself. Now, evaluating this session, let me start with the criteria of his project. The purpose of the project for the member to demonstrate his or her ability to listen to what others say. A well-run table topic session. As a topic masters, the member should make short affirming statements after each speaker completes an impromptu speech, indicating he or she heard and understood each speaker. Now, let me ask to you, the speaker is completed his criteria?
Yes.
If yes, he has completed his project successfully. Thank you. Now, how is this project will work? There are 4 areas. One thing is sensing, then interpreting, evaluating, and responding. Sensing means we have to take observe, or we have to take the information from the speaker. Then interpreting in our mind, how to interpret, how to understand these things. Then we need to evaluate what I have to tell to the others about his speech. Then finally, we need to respond. Respond means we need to deliver to the audience. This is the 4 stages we have to do in a short span of time. My speaker, he did a great job. He explained very cryptic and small details after each speech. But I have some suggestions to you, Toastmaster Dr. Arunachala. When I use, let us start with our first speech. The first speech was delivered by Toastmaster Manas Al-Bukhari. How could you discreate the power on mind? So if I used your shoes, I might say, Toastmaster Manas explained with the example of elephant, how all of us dumped in mindset, closed mindset. And he explained with his personal story how he break the chain in his life. Like that, you can make it in a detail, but very short. That will be create more understanding. So that will be very clear information to the audience. So overall, your speech, the project you did excellent. You can make a little bit more explanation about the content of the speaker. That will be great. Over to you, General Evaluator. Now, let us move to the next session, that is Team Leaders Report. Now, to present the report, let me invite first Toastmaster Iqbal Qasim to deliver his counter report.
Good evening, Mr. Toastmasters. Here is my report. Toastmaster Mahesh Pillai, he used you know once and but twice. Toastmaster Ibrahim, he used you see twice, I think twice, then so 7 times, we did twice. Toastmaster Manas, he used yeah twice, it is twice, but twice. Mr. Jijo, he used the word as once and I am proud twice. That's it from my side. Back to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Iqbal, for the detailed report. Before we are moving to the next team meeting leader, let us hear from our timer. All the evaluators are qualified.
Except Toastmaster Hussein Hussein, rest all it's qualified.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muhammad Shakir. Now let us go for the voting. While the voting is going on, let us move to the next meeting leader report. To deliver Wordmaster report, let me invite Toastmaster Maya Krishnan.
Once again, good evening all Toastmasters. I think today the word of the day expected is not reached effectively to all Toastmasters because very few Toastmasters only used the word of the day expected. DTM Sridhar, he used one time the word of the day. DTM Gururajan, he used one time. Dr. Sundar Ramalingam, he used one time. Over to General Evaluator.
Thank you, Headmaster Toastmaster Maya Krishnan, for the detailed report. Now let us move to our grammarian report. Let me invite Toastmaster Jabir Ali.
Good evening to all. Let me give the quotes used by today. Toastmaster Sundar Ramalingam used the quote, past is history, future is mystery, present is gift. That's why we call it as presence. Toastmaster Mahesh Pillai used the quote, all our dreams can come true. Again, he used another quote, work hard, dream big, and never give up. Toastmaster Manas Buhari used the quote, make impossible to possible. And I enjoy the many words. It is a very powerful words I have listened from many of the Toastmasters. From Toastmaster Sundar, procrastination, he used procrastination, emphasized appreciation, constructive criticism, grabbing, distress, opportunity, transition, proactive. Toastmaster Mahesh Pillai used the words devastate, freelance, professional consultant. Toastmaster Sunny Kuruvila used the words exuberant, immortal, trick, power of mind, fantastic, convinced, excellent. Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikar used the words enhancements, domains, competent, unique, predominant, live present. Toastmaster Sridhar used the words exemplary, anxious, compromise, focused, inevitable, mind-blowing, enthusiastic, commanding, energized, impact. Toastmaster Manazal Buhari used the words recognize, priceless, empowerment, cheerful, awesome, fanatical, motivated, amazing, extraordinary, team effort, mindset. Toastmaster Gururajan used persuasive, admire. Toastmaster Jijo Koshi used the words surprise, dropped out, symptoms, stabilizers, lifesaver, urge, priceless. Toastmaster Arunachalam used the word significance. Toastmaster Nandu Kotarat used the words eminent, constructive, encyclopedia, demonstrate, sensing, interpreting, respond. Toastmaster Hassan used grabbing, distress, opportunity, flip-flop. Thank you. Over to Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jabir Ali, for the detailed report. Now, we completed all the meeting reports, the time for voting. While the voting is going on, let me deliver today's General Evaluators report. The meeting is started 1 minute late, started on 7:16. The sergeant at arms started in a very gentle way, and all the transmission between each segment was excellent. The prepared speech session completed on time. All the speakers are delivered very detailed and informative speech. Table topic presentation was excellent. All the topics was related to the theme. The table topic session completed 4 minutes late than the scheduled. Then general evaluator, the handover the session to the general evaluator by 8:44 by 5 minutes late. Now, I would like to request all the speakers, before you are starting the speech, if you need anything, you need a presentation or something, before starting your speech, you have to contact the host and make sure you are getting this access for the presenting. Now I think I missed a timer report. Timer, please.
Once again, good evening, all. Here it's a timer report. In the prepared speech, Toastmaster Dr. Mahesh Pillai took 7 minutes 39 seconds, not qualified. Toastmaster Ibrahim Karjikal took 7 minutes 23 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari took 7 minutes 21 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Jijo Koshi took 5 minutes 15 seconds, qualified. In the table topic speeches, Toastmaster Manaz Al-Bukhari, 2 minutes 26 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Ibrahim, 2 minutes 11 seconds, qualified. DTM Sridhar, 2 minutes 28 seconds, qualified. Toastmaster Sunny Kurula, 2 minutes 19 seconds, qualified. In the evaluation section, Toastmaster Hussein Hussein took 3 minutes 37 seconds, not qualified. Toastmaster Sunny Kurula, 3 minutes 20 seconds, qualified. DTM Sridhar took 3 minutes 42 seconds, not qualified. And DTM Gurrajan sir took 3 minutes 29 seconds, qualified. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, the timer. Sorry for the delay. Now, as per the timer, some of our speakers and evaluators exceed the time limit. So I would request all the speakers and evaluators and meeting leaders to keep the time, keep on time. The maximum time for the team meeting leaders is 1 minute. You have to deliver your report within a 1 minute's time. Now, I would like to recommend one thing to the table topic master. It is better to present the topic before you are calling to the speaker, so everybody will listen your topic. With this, the meeting was excellent, and we are on time, even though we started 1 minute late. And this is the time for handing over this session to the Toastmaster of the evening. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster of the evening.
Thank you so much, Mr. General Evaluator. As the Toastmaster of the evening has to go for another meeting from the District 79, I'll be continuing the session. And thank you all for being on time, because we started not too much, we delayed too much late, but we delayed a little bit in between. But at the end, we are almost on time. And I really appreciate all of you for maintaining the timing. And now please vote for the best of big three. Now what? So I'll be the TOE as well as the vote counter. So please vote for the best of big three. And one more thing, as we announced in the beginning, that our third quarter magazine, we need to publish it. So I request all of you to share the articles. One of your projects you can complete, you can make it as an article. Or for example, the research projects you do, or any of the project which is of social value, or any value, or almost all the speeches, yes, they carry a value. So it's better you share that speech, make it into an article, share it with Toastmaster Shijoman, who is the magazine editor for this quarter. You can also share your kids' articles drawings or whatever it is that you want to publish. It's TAJ is a family. You can share that as well. It's not only for the members, children articles, we can share it. Let me 1 second, let me check the voting. Those who have not done the voting, please vote. It's very important that we need to complete the voting. Just 20 seconds I'll give, and we can complete it. And those who have not completed the project, please complete 3 levels. And I request Toastmaster Mohammad Iqbal also to start the projects. Please contact Dr. Sundar. He will guide you on how to start all those things. So it's very important that you do the project so that you can get the benefit of Toastmasters.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Dear members, I'll close the voting link now. Please vote. If you're not completed, please vote. I'll share the link again. Those who have not done the voting, please check your chat box. It's very important that you select the best of big 3. Okay, now the voting is completed. Wait a second. Thank you so much. And the voting is completed. I'll share the results now. Best speaker, Toastmaster Ibrahim Kharjikar. Best level topic speaker, Toastmaster Sunny Kurivela. Best evaluator, GTM Sridhar. Best meeting leader, Toastmaster Jabir Ali. And best of big 3, Toastmaster Dr. Sundar Ramalingam. Congratulations, all winners. Any announcement? Anything, Area 6 Director?
Nothing. Thank you, President. There is nothing special, but only to mention that we under Area 6 we are starting another club. We already established one club 2 weeks before. We are starting one more, and the good thing is the new club is having 2 mandates from this club. One is our president. He is sponsor, I think, not Dr. Mahesh, sponsor, and one more sponsor is there, and 4 members from this club is going to utilize that club to become DTMs. That is a good thing. And one more thing is, in Saudi Arabia, there is a loss of 31% number of clubs so far. That means 31% of the total clubs did not renew. In this situation, Area 6 is able to create 2 clubs. I consider this as a big achievement, and thank you all leaders for your support and motivation in attaining this one. Over to you, President.
Thank you so much, and congratulations, Area 6 Director. I think you are the best one in not only in District 79, you're the best area director, the entire Toastmasters. Congratulations. But you're creating you raise the bar so high, then the next area director will have to struggle at least to reach that level. And you always kept the targets and or set the level so high. Thank you. And now let's start the national anthem. I request all of you to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब.
Give me a second.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you all. The meeting is officially adjourned. I really appreciate all of you to maintain our target to finish the meeting on time. We are like, I think, just 5 minutes late. It's nothing compared to what we had in between. Like we are a bit delayed in the beginning. The floor is open for any discussion. Thank you. It was a great evaluation, DTM Sridhar. It's good that you didn't just leave it a DTM project, and it was a very detailed one. Thank you.
Good night, all of you. I have to leave.
Good night.
See you next time.
Yeah, so by the way, this is getting momentum, the elections. So I just want everybody's support. I am already in the fray. Okay, my
Sure.
this thing come out, my website or everything by tomorrow day after it will be come out. They're working on it. Okay, and the flyers also.
All the best, DTM Sridhar.
All the very best.
DTM Sridhar.
Yeah.
Congratulations on the Mecca.
Yeah. In fact, I wanted to invite you for one of the roles, but then it was too late whether you will come or not. We want you to come to one of the roles for that.
Well, it is accountant, right? Chartered accountant.
It is more of senior finance leaders. That is, it is more of a strategic person, a CEO, put it this way.
Okay.
For becoming a CEO, what is all required?
All right, send me the invitation. I will join.
Yeah. I will come for the. You can come for the. We'll give you some roles in different meetings. Because I would like to have our people coming there. Very important.
I will continue here as well as that would be the second club then. I hope that's not a problem, right?
I will find out because it's basically for senior finance leaders. I would find out from our owner.
Yeah.
This is a corporate club basically.
Okay.
Maybe he might agree that's not a different term, but it's okay. And we'll have two meetings in a month. So last week we had one meeting. So we will. In fact, I was trying to look for you, but that was a Friday afternoon. Whether you'll come, not come. So I was scouting for people for some roles.
Sorry
we want to show the best thing in the world. We want to prove that our KSA chapter is the best in the world. So that's the reason I roped in Dr. Sundar, but Dr. Mahesh was busy. And other people, I tried to rope in our people. Yeah.
That's good.
And your presentation was so good. Can you share that presentation to me, or it is copyrighted?
I think that's one concern I had when you said that it's going to go on YouTube, because after I finished, and then when I saw the link of YouTube, I said, wait a second. I hope I wouldn't get a kick on my ass for going this in public, because these presentations financially, I think those are like touchy and sensitive. It depends on what day, it's like